Hi, and welcome to Cryptosis. My name's Rusty G. This week, we've got a lot of news to talk about. One in particular that everybody has already heard about probably all day today and has been hitting the YouTubes all day long. And along with me, my co-hosts, Cory McGuffin and Shane Carter. How are you guys doing?
Hey, what's up, Rusty?
I've had better days, but
Cory?
it's not looking good for the portfolio. So I'm not having that great a day, but it looks like it's coming back up now. So not terrible day.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So we want to talk a little bit about crypto apps, things that you can use to help with your portfolio, things to keep an eye on your portfolio, not only the wallets, but other apps that are out there. And we also did want to talk about the market collapse, quote unquote. We'll put those in high quotations for right now because that's depending on what you're in, could be totally debatable, but we'll see what we'll start out with. So what's going on with you this week, Shane? How's your week going?
Not too bad. Of course, my portfolio is looking terrible right now, but it is what it is. I'm expecting for things to come around, so it might take a month, it might take 2 months, it might take a week, could be tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm into it. I've spent a little bit of time refining some of my positions and making sure that I have my strategy figured out, so I know what to do in case something like this ever happens.
Cory, how's yours looking? You said kind of iffy, sort of, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's down from a few days ago, but I'm still up like 80-something% for the month. So that's nice. But I was up like 180% for the month. So you can see the difference, but I'm not going to sweat it because, it always goes down. I don't have a little thing down here. Usually says should have bought it yesterday. You should have bought it today. You should have bought it a few hours ago.
Absolutely. So obviously the big one that Cory has used, we've all used actually, is going to be Bitconnect. And let's see if I've got this. There we go. Bitconnect is one of them ones that you could use previously but can no longer. They actually shut down, I think, within the last 24 hours, and you can't even log into the website. This was a trading platform. Correct me if I'm wrong, Cory.
Yeah, well, it's more of a lending wallet is what they had. Like you could lend their bot your Bitcoin, and they would trade it, and then you get all this money back magically, and you make all this money. And there's been lots of other sites that are like this, and they've all shut down. And it looks like Bitconnect is also kind of shutting down. Their website's not working right now. It's up and down for some people, but I haven't been able to log in. But what they've done is they're not allowing lending anymore. They said they're going to keep their site up for educational purposes. I don't know why, but it's going to be up apparently, and you'll be able to get your coins out of there, which they're not worth that much anymore. When Bitconnect yesterday, Bitconnect tokens were worth, like $270, $300. Now they're worth like $30-$40.
Yeah, I saw their news saying that they were going to actually allow those out at the average trading price of $326 or something like that in US dollars. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to transpire over the next few days and the next few weeks with everything going on, because there's been so much, as they put it, bad press about Bitconnect that helped cause their downfall. Shane, you got any ideas?
Well, it's the psychology of people. That's one way of looking at it. When you're doing good, when someone else is not doing good, you got to watch out for people who want to take you down and who want to stop you from getting what you're getting because they're not getting it. And a lot of this can be seen with, and they mentioned some of the DDoS attacks that they were receiving, and that people had made it clear that they weren't going to stop. So this is probably the right move for them. Obviously, it sucks for everyone because something we were all in, we're all out of now. But I look at it this way: people thought they were just going to run away with our money, and technically they didn't. They did give us back our loan value. They just did it earlier than we wanted to. I think I had 80-something days left on one of my loans, and I was looking forward to riding that loan out and making what I could make. But You know, they didn't just run off with the money. They gave us back the Bitconnect coins, which, you know, right now looks like they're terrible. However, they are still moving ahead with Bitconnect X. If you haven't heard, Bitconnect X is going to be an exchange platform, and the Bitcoins, or excuse me, Bitconnect coins are going to have something to do with that system. So I'm personally, I'm going to hold all of my Bitconnect coins and see where this goes. I'm going to ride it out for a little bit. If I cash out now, I've made like a 95% loss, so it's simply not worth it for me right now. I might as well take the chance and see if they'll go up in the future when their exchange comes out.
And don't forget, guys, you can leave comments here on the side. We do have commenters here live chatting with us. And I apologize already because I'm not really good with names. So Hoi Ha, I hope. I apologize now if I'm mispronouncing that. But he said it's disappointing to have them refund you in Bitconnect coin and have them and not having the exchange for us to sell Bitcoin in time or take profits when you can. I think the reasons they gave us were opportunities for them to exit scam. But either way, good press or bad press, it's all press in the mean. So it's interesting to say the least, because I've had a few people message me, oh, well, Bitcoin's going down, and they didn't know anything about Bitconnect, which is actually kind of good, because I'd much rather them, you know, badmouth Bitcoin in the temporary process, because it's down to, I think if I last looked, it was around, let's see, cryptocurrency coin market cap is at 11,356, something like that. So it's interesting to say the least. Cory, go ahead.
I was just going to say it was around 11,300, something around there. But, you know, everything was crashing, so I bought a little bit more of it. You know, I decided I'd go on Coinbase and pick up a little bit there. I mean, I didn't buy a whole lot, you know. I'm kind of broke right now, but but I did put a little bit in each coin. I put $30 in each coin just to see what happens, and I think it's all going to go back up. It's probably just going to reach higher highs. It does this every year. I saw a post in one of our group chats, and it was showing how this dip happens at the beginning of the year every year. So, you know, this is just a dip, and you got to go through it. And as long as you don't sell, you don't really lose.
Absolutely. And go ahead, Shane.
One other thing on that, when Bitconnect did close down today, or did start releasing funds, one of the interesting things I noticed was that the main place where you could buy or where you could transfer your Bitconnect coins was to hit BTC. I want to make it clear that it's good to at least have an account on all of these exchanges, so that when something like this pops up, you have an out. So what sucks though is when I pulled my BCC out today, Hit BTC crashed as well, because they had so much traffic at the time. So if BCC goes to another exchange, it may be a good idea to have an account on that exchange, so that you've got another out potentially. Also, I moved what BTC I had over to Binance, and it did take some time, but it's already there. So everything I had in Bitconnect is out, and it's ready to take profit. So just it would behoove you to go ahead and get an account on some of these different exchanges, including Bitconnect X when it comes out, because, you know, what happens if Bitconnect X does use the same setup that Binance has, where you're using the BNB coins for your trades. It might be a good idea just to hold them for a while. I'm going to make 5%. It's not worth me selling right now.
Absolutely. And it's always a good idea to diversify it. Anytime you're getting into finances of any kind, you never want to put all your eggs in one basket, as the cliche goes. You always want to have them over multiple platforms, no matter what it is, whether it is a trading platform, or whether it's just a wallet, or whether it's just whatever it is specifically to cryptocurrency. So it's a great idea to be across all of these platforms. And, you know, you do have to be careful for instances just like this, because of, you know, fallout that could happen. You never know when it all is going to come crashing down. So cryptocurrency as an overall is still doing well. It's just today was not a great day for Bitconnect. So let's get back into getting away from the negative news, maybe. Let's talk about the apps for cryptocurrency. So one that we talk about a lot, and the one that we use most often for everything, is coinmarketcap.com. So Shane or Cory, who wants to talk about it first?
I've got some things I can say, unless Cory wants something or has something pressing he wants to deliver.
No,
Okay, well, give me 1 second. Let me share my screen real quick. Move this over. Sorry.
While he's doing that, there's also coincap.io if you want a app version of the website. It's not exactly the same website, but it's a similar website. Well, it's an app that's similar to the website, and it gives you live stuff, and it's made by the same people that make Shapeshift. So it's a pretty good app. Also has a portfolio built into it, so that's a pretty good one. And I think you use that one, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one where I keep up with all my altcoins to make sure I know where I'm at with all my altcoins. So great pick.
So for CoinMarketCap, one of the things that's interesting about this is you can see the entire market cap here. We have fallen significantly, 170 billion. So it is a pretty rough time right now. But one interesting thing that I did want to point out with this, I know we've talked about this before, and you can go down and see the change in all these coins. This is terrible. Everything's in the red. One of Tether is not in the red, but it's Tether. People are selling to Tether just to keep profits. So the interesting thing about CoinMarketCap is you can see this BTC dominance here. And you can see, obviously, from July 13th, 15 all the way to now, you can see how BTC has fallen off. But one of the things I wanted to point out here is that once you see Bitcoin running back up, all these other coins fall. Every single time Bitcoin makes a move, all these other coins fall drastically. So just keep that in mind. This is a good thing to look over here. So you can kind of plan a strategy around, hey, if Bitcoin's going up, you have an idea of what's going to happen to the altcoins. Maybe it's a good time to get back into BC and hold off for a little bit. So check this. I check this every day. I like to watch in the US or the BTC range rather than USD because I personally trade for BTC. I don't trade for USD unless I'm going to my bank account. But it's just everything looks terrible right now. But it's really not that bad considering everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
So CoinCap is here. I don't know much about this one because I don't use it very often, or I haven't used it actually. I think Rusty and Cory may be better to talk to about this. Or better to talk about this.
Cory?
Yeah, I used to use the coincap.io. I haven't used it as much. I was mostly using it as an alt to keep up with my altcoins and see where all my trades were and everything. So I think it's a pretty good app. It's really slick looking. It did have its problems, but I'm wondering if I'm not sure if they got all that fixed yet. Like I said, I haven't really messed around with it a whole lot. I don't know if you've messed around with it like before and after, but I was going to pull it up here just to show you what it looked like. Can you see my screen?
We're waiting for it.
Just got a blank screen, right?
Yep, just got a blank screen.
What about now? I tried to pull up all these apps ahead of time, but
still a blank screen.
It's not. Yeah, it's not really want to work for me. So I guess I'll not screen share that. Anyway, you go ahead and talk about it if you want to, since you use it more than me actually.
So particularly for this app, I use a lot, just like coinmarketcap.com, in the sense of being able to see live trading prices that you can see all the time and see it go up or down. It blinks green when it goes up. It blinks red when it goes down. You're able to see it live trading basically as it happens. And the great thing about it is you can have, I think it's 3 folios that you can set up to, say that I have this amount in this amount of this altcoin or Bitcoin or whatever, and you can see the actual amount that it's making. And Cory actually has it pulled up. So Cory, I think I can see your screen now.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, you can see there on his screen. It actually blinks red and green as it goes. You can see the price in a today market, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, 1 year, all-time market. Honestly, this right here, this screen that you're showing, I have not actually ever used the buy sell inside of that, so I don't know exactly where that goes to make the purchase. but you can also do the adding to add it to your portfolio to see exactly what that you're carrying and how much that you have. So I use it. There's 3 that you can use with inside the Altfolio. I only use 1 because I just want to keep up with everything that I have. And you'll see right there, it kind of gives you an idea. And matter of fact, that's very close to what my screen looks like right now, just over 3,000. The numbers aren't exactly correct. I do have some Ripple. I do have some Ethereum. I do have some Bitcoin. But it's just my simple way of keeping up with all the money that I'm currently holding within these different coins. So I think it's a wonderful app for first timers right alongside of Coinbase as far as a wallet is concerned. And this isn't really a wallet. This is more of just a, what's things worth it right now and how much do I have?
Yeah, look how old this picture is. $429 is how much Bitcoin is in this picture.
Exactly. But yeah, that's really one really great one. I think Shane, did you want to tell us about the next one? I think maybe.
Yeah, I've got one pulled up. So personally I use Blockfolio for keeping up with all of my crypto. I'm testing out another one right now, but I'll get to that in a second. So Blockfolio is essentially the same thing as CoinCap.io, except you can't split up your portfolio. So you have all these different coins. I can flip through some of the pictures here. I'm planning to make a video on it at some point, but I'm trying to decide if I actually want to show all of my winnings and stuff. But you can go through it and set up different pairs. You can add coins, and their library grows daily. So anytime a coin comes out on exchange, it's pretty quick to be on this program or this application as well. But you do have access to some news, but I don't use it for that because that's not what I use it for. But I set it up with all my coins, and it keeps track of everything you buy, everything you sell, but you have to enter it manually. That's the only problem that I have with it. And the fact that if you lose your phone or you break your phone, you're going to lose all of that data. So I hope that in the future they're going to come out with a way that you can log in to set up an account so that if you do have to transfer your phone or something like that, you don't lose all this data. But you can look at things and show your portfolio in a real-time USD value and a Bitcoin value, and it's just really nice. But the downside is you have to plug in everything manually. With this, you can set up alerts. You can set it up so if you've got a trade that's getting close to selling, or it gets close to a price at which you're going to sell, you can set up an alert. So maybe I want to bump this out because it made a nice big move and it's still showing signs of strength. Or hey, it's getting close to my stop loss, so let's go check it out and see if I need to adjust that stop loss slightly. So that's the one I use right now.
Yeah,
personally.
Absolutely. Same thing with the other one, the one that we were just talking about beforehand. You do have to enter in your amounts manually, which we actually talked about this in our chat group about having some sort of app where I can just keep up with my particular coin in one place that's live, that I don't have to manually enter these in, because with that app that I use, the same thing. I have to go in, either I can add in new transactions that I've made, subtract transactions, or I can just override and say, no, I have this amount now because of whatever, because I missed the transaction or whatever. So yeah, it's still manual. So we're all hoping for that app one day that allows us to see everything all in one place. But I guess until right now, the only way to be able to do that is to manually store your coins off into a wallet somewhere, all of them, taking them off of all of the trading platforms and putting them into one wallet and just seeing them there and then making all your transactions from there. But that's kind of, defeating the purpose of being able to trade.
We need a portfolio coin. Who's going to make it? Who's going to make portfolio coin?
Cory, you were talking about earlier, or maybe it was Shane, and it's in our chat right now. Previously, was talking about TradingView. So TradingView, I think, is one that's really good that we've seen before. Shane? What's the one you've got pulled up on your screen right now?
This is TradingView.
Okay, yeah. I thought I was going to that one. Go ahead and start us off with that.
So before I get here, I want to show one more little wallet app that I've been tinkering with a little bit. Not as much as I have Blockfolio, because I don't want to move all that data and stuff, and it's going to be a pain. But I do have a few coins in Delta right now. It looks pretty promising. I like the interface a lot better. It's not as bland as Blockfolio, but it seems like it's a little more powerful with some of the graphs and some of the real-time updates that you get. So it might be worth giving that a shot. I will at some point do a review on this as well, but I need time to get into it. So back to TradingView. I know that I need to go ahead and set out a video of how to set all this up, but let's cut some of this stuff off. So this is TradingView. You've got all your different pairs here, and it's actually nice to see that some of these pairs are back in the green slightly. That's very, very big for my heart right now. So TradingView allows you to search for different pairs. Let's see if you want to do Ethereum to BTC. So, or Ethereum to USD, let's do that instead. So you can see what the value is on Coinbase. You can see what it is on Bitstamp, on Kraken, on Coinbase, or so on and so forth, on Polo, on Bitconnect. So you can go through all these different exchanges and see the price of them. But what's powerful about this is that you can take everything, you can take all of your tools and have them in one place to analyze charts. So as you can see, I had my EMAs turned on here to where I was looking at what I'm planning on looking at tonight with Bitcoin here. So you can see that I've got a parallel channel here. I've drawn some lines. These are outdated lines, obviously, but you can make Fibonacci retracements if you're at that point of your learning. So you could make Fibonacci retracements and you can look for different levels. Delete, really easy. You can add text to it. Obviously, I've got a quick toolbar here so I can put text real quick. This is funds. Okay, and it's done. You can set markers. So change different colors of them to green and red. Obviously, if you guys have seen my trading view, you know that I like to put all my trades in here as green markers and all my sell points at red markers. So this is very, very handy. I think the coolest feature about this is the fact that you can change the time scale really quickly. So this graph changes significantly based off like the 30-minute. So there's a lot of power locked in this little bitty program, and but you have to learn how to use this program. There's a whole library of indicators that you can apply. Just tons of them. So it takes time to learn it. It takes time to get familiar with it. But once you do, it's a very powerful tool for looking at things quickly and understanding what's going on.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Now that one I would have to spend a lot more time on to get the ideas and everything, because that starts getting into candlesticks and all the stuff that you talk about on the math end of all of this. And so I just totally get lost in all of that. Cory, did you have, you had a list I see in our run sheet. You actually had a list from our chat about a couple of different ones, maybe Bitcoin checker or Preve, even Shapeshifts, any of those. Which one of those did you want to hit up first?
We'll go with Bitcoin checker first. I'll go ahead and do my screen share again because I got that pulled up. So Bitcoin checker, you can actually do some of the same stuff in Blockfolio. It has alerts. I've never set the alerts up there because I had so many set up in Bitcoin checker, but it's pretty useful. So you can set it to where the alarm will go off at like 3% or however many Satoshis it goes up, this or that. And it's been really handy. You can also you can have like a little pull down from your menu and it'll show you all the different prices at any set time. I have it's got a widget. I don't know if it shows the widget in here, but you can see the little pull down bar. This is a really old version of it, but you can see that. And oh, yep, there's the widget. So that's what the widget looks like. So you can have it on your screen there, and it'll show you the prices. And you can choose whichever exchange. They keep it up to date really well. So I recommend having this one as a widget on the home screen of your phone, especially if you're pretty serious about it. So you can keep track of all your different coins and their ups and downs. And it's very good. Like I've made a decent amount of money with buying and selling Steam just because of this app.
Awesome. So that's actually kind of neat. I may actually want to download that one after the fact. What it kind of reminds me of like a stock ticker in the sense of seeing everything. So which brought to mind, I saw one earlier today that there's now there's actually stock tickers that you can purchase, you know, for regular stocks that you can hang up in your room or whatever and get that scrolling text across, a light bar basically that has a bunch of LEDs and gives you the prices. But they've got one now for Bitcoin it's the same thing. It's just they've changed it to be able to connect to the Bitcoin network and everything that's under cryptocurrency, and you can pick whatever ones you want. You can see and basically have it running across your wall at all times to see all the latest trading prices if you don't want to have it on your phone and you're really that into it, which I actually have been here lately, been checking everything since everything has been kind of up and down crazy for the last week. So that would be interesting to see. I might actually go through and get one of those. But anyway, Shane or Cory, next app.
One thing I wanted to add about the Bitcoin checker, though, I was using it significantly whenever I first got into crypto, but I just found that there wasn't, like, it was, when you pull down the screen, like you start adding more than 3 or 4 coins, even with my Node A is huge, and it just gets to where it takes up too much of the screen and you can't see as many coins. So that's why I personally moved away from it. If you're looking at 4 or 5 coins,
you can turn those off.
Well, you
don't have to all show up there. You just have to make sure that you have it to not show up in your notification bar, and those options are there. You can still get the notification when it goes off. It just won't show up in your notification bar all the time.
No, I agree. It is powerful like that. You do have that option. I just personally wasn't for me, so it is what it is.
Shane, you got the what do you got pulled up on your screen there?
Oh, that was a video. I'm sorry. My bad. So I think Cory, you wanted to look over Shapeshift and Jack's wallet?
Yeah, sure. I'll go back to screen share. One quick one I was going to show everyone was Preve. This is just a website. They don't really have an app, but you can go here and you can figure out how much Bitcoin you have. Like if you're getting paid out from something, so let's say you're getting 0.00578 Bitcoin. And so you can see what it is and it live updates. Unfortunately, this is just for Bitcoin. So that it's not that great for other currencies, but it is nice. And you can change this. Oh, well, actually, it's got Litecoin, Dogecoin here. So if you got 1,000 Dogecoin, or 10,000, you can see. Oh, wait, that's X. Oh, okay. That's times 1,000 Doge. So 1,000 Doge equals $6 because I guess they figure you're not going to use regular Doge.
That's awesome.
But so that's a nice little website. Another thing it's good to keep is Shapeshift. Shapeshift, you can keep this app on your phone, or if you're using the Jax wallet. The Jax wallet has Shapeshift built into it. I know we've mentioned that before in our last video when we were talking about wallets and how the Exodus wallet also has Shapeshift built into it. But what you can do with this is it's pretty handy. So you can go in here and you can save different addresses and for your Bitcoin and Dogecoin, whatever coin you're using, where you can change the coins in and out. And it's been pretty handy. I've used it several times. And even if you mess up and you send the wrong amount or you send it, you don't send something correctly, because I've had that happen. I didn't send the correct amount, so it didn't trigger. And I sent support a message, an email, and they got back to me within a reasonable amount of time, and we got it fixed, and I got my crypto back.
Yeah, Cory was really scared over that.
Yeah, I was pretty worried there for a little bit. I mean, granted, it was only like $50 or so, but it was good getting that $50 back.
At the time, $50 was a lot.
I mean, it's still a lot.
Yeah, and particularly for that Jax wallet, I love the Jax wallet because it's not only the app that you can download for your phone, but also a Chrome extension. It's like multiple things that you can put this thing on, and you can basically just share it across and sync it up so that you can see your Jax wallet pretty much everywhere. Because like we've said last week on the episode about wallets, you're not really particularly holding anything. It's just your little section of the blockchain that you currently is yours per se, that you're holding, not holding, but either way, yeah, the Jax wallet I think is great. I've been using it for my Zcash, for my Genesis mining, which is I really should have thought about having this. Let me do screen share. Well, I can't really get into it because never mind. But anyway, Genesis mining is another great app if you want to get into cloud mining, and you do have to purchase with Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, and you can do credit card, but you're doing cloud mining via hash rates. So you're only doing like for me, I only have 1 mega hash of Ethereum going, and it's not a lot. So I started, and I shared this with the guys earlier today. I started on November the 17th or November 23rd, something like that. And I've only gotten $7.88 worth of Ethereum, and it still hasn't even cashed out because their level of cash out is 0.07 Ethereum. And with the price of Ethereum going up to close to $1,400 today, I probably won't ever get it cashed out because it has to reach at least $90 or whatever it is before it cashes out. So it's interesting to say the least. If you do want to get into mining without actually purchasing any hardware, you can go into Genesis Mining and make those purchases. You do 2-year contracts, I think it is. I think it is with Genesis Mining. I apologize, I'm sick this week, and I'm still on a little bit of medicine. But yeah, Genesis Mining. There's also there's a couple other like Hashflare, I think. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, I'm still sick. But there's a couple of cloud mining options out there other than just Genesis Mining. But Genesis Mining is, an option if you don't want to get into hardware mining like what I'm doing. But yeah, Jax Wallet, great, really cool. I love it. Shane, you got any other apps?
No, that's it for now.
All right. Corey had a couple more. I think he had his list.
The cloud mining, there's a lot of scams in cloud mining too, so you can't trust them all. And another good website I always keep is I keep Bad Bitcoin. I always go here to check on the sites that people are saying, oh man, it's the greatest thing ever. So, but you can see they got Genesis Mining here. That one's fine. So that's a good one. Hashflare is okay, but there are plenty of other mining ones. Like you can click over here and see the M, and you see all these. If real mining operation, I will eat my own earwax. Don't risk it. So they go through and they get ratings on all these different sites. If it's listed here, don't get into it. But they have all sorts of different ones on here because there's always somebody trying to take your money on the internet. They'll make these things sound great, and they'll get on here and they'll just take all your money, and you will never see them again.
Oh, yeah, that's not really good. We had that experience. What was the website that just did that recently? Not Bitconnect, obviously, because Bitconnect still is going to offer our money back. But was it?
BitPetite.
What was it?
BitPetite.
Oh, BitPetite. There we go. Yeah. BitPetite was it. So, yeah, I mean, there's...
Yeah, they got about $30 from me is all. So that wasn't too bad. Never risk any money that you're not willing to lose on any of these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know who else is on here?
He's typing it in.
Bitconnect is on here too. They had that list since December 2nd, 2017.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so actually it was listed even before that, back in June of 2016. But now they had the update here. I guess they decided, I don't know what updated from it, why they decided to put that it was a major update, but
yeah.
So that's cool. As far as other apps, there's a live coin watch. It's another one for watching the currencies and stuff, and it has a portfolio built into that you can get started up. And there was another one, cryptocompare.com. They have a portfolio on there too. I think you have to pay for that one. If if you want to put in your sales, something like that. Like you can put in your buys, but you can't put in your sales, something weird like that for free. But it was pretty slick from what I could tell when I was using it, but I just stopped using it because I was like, I'm not going to pay for this crap.
One that I'm surprised that Cory hasn't brought up just yet, and one that, matter of fact, Trayvon James was talking about in his live feed earlier today after the whole Bitconnect fail, was Steam It. I'm actually surprised it's not in our run sheet. It's not anywhere in there. And I guess because we talked a little bit about it last week, but maybe a little bit more in depth this time around. I saw Trayvon James talking a little bit about it as far as getting Steam Power and doing stuff like that. And maybe talk a little bit about that, Cory, or, Shane, either one, whichever one.
I didn't really bring it up because it wasn't necessarily an app, but I could show it to you. It's more of a social platform that you can go to. And this is my Steam It that I have, and you can go in here and you can change night mode, whatever. And you can see I have a video that I posted on the DTube. DTube's are decentralized YouTube page that they have, and there's a lot of stuff being built on the Steam network. So I highly recommend Steam. I think it's a great project that's going on, and so this one kind of looks like Medium. They have some other ones like this one looks more like Facebook, but it's all the same. It's all the same website. It's just like a different skin for it. If it'll ever load. There we go. So it doesn't have me logged in, but you can kind of see. Kind of looks like Facebook. It's got all these different pictures here, and you can go through and like it. And when you like stuff, people like yours, you get money. And you can go in, you can leave comments and all this stuff. It's pretty great. I've been using it for about a year now. I started it, and then I didn't really use it for a while, but you can see where my posts have earned a little bit of money here and there. But
so this is a lot more like Dig was back in the day, where you can post things and get digs or thumbs up or however that you want and get it posted up to the front page, I guess. But instead of getting to the front page, you're just getting cryptocurrency for getting all these votes up. Is that correct?
That's right. You'll get Steam whenever you make a post. You have two different ways of posting it. You can do it with it powered up. So when you get your upvotes, it'll go straight to Steam Power, or you can do 50-50 where you get Steam Power and you also get Steam Dollars. And I don't really want to get into a whole lot of it in this video because it's super complicated. And I'll make a video about it myself one day, talking about all the different apps and everything.
Yeah.
But you can go through and you can see, oh, I got some, you can transfer over to my wallet here. And then you can see how much you have. This is how much Steam I have, my Steam dollars. And it'll tell you how much your account value is worth. So, I mean, that's amazing. It's still at $1,000 after today. God, that's great. Today's not a bad day. I thought it was a bad day. Today's a great day. It's a great day to be alive.
So I did want to talk about a couple other things real quick, just to get the information out there. We are going to, in the future, and Cory has already done his own video. All three of us have our own, and we talked about this last week as well, but each one of us have our own ideas about cryptocurrency and have our specialties that we're good at. So we're all going to be making our own different videos. I'm going to start doing mining videos, because sitting behind me is my mining machine. You don't hear it because the fan's turned off currently. And I'll, talk about, and I've already made a few posts on my own personal website about it, but maybe talking about the idea of mining for you, for hardware mining with video cards, whether you're going to do it in Bitcoin, whether you're going to do it in Ethereum, whatever you're going to do. Me particularly, mine's Ethereum. It's been doing well. I get somewhere between $15 to $20 a week. Like I said, Genesis Mining, I've been doing, almost 3 months now and $7.88. But anyway, just keep an eye out for that. Shane's really good at the numbers and all the math and all the everything else that comes with candlesticks and all that stuff. So Shane should be able to handle that. Shane, anything else you want to add to what you might be doing in the future with that?
No, I'm planning to post a few videos to get started, get people started, give them some buzzwords to start looking over. When it comes to trading and looking at indicators, you kind of have to have your own system. It's really tough to take someone else's system and make it yours unless you sit down with that person and really understand how they're thinking. So I can introduce you to a few things and give you a good rundown, but obviously there are going to be times where I'm wrong. So it's good for you to develop your own system and understand how all this works together.
Absolutely. And Cory is the other guy on the team who pretty much knows everything else. So Cory's you've already made a video, haven't you, Cory?
Yeah, I've been trying to make videos about all different things. Like I have my $100 challenge, and I plan on doing another $100 challenge by throwing $100 in just one trading platform and just seeing what I can do with that. And it's amazing how much you can do with it, because I didn't really put that much of my own money into it. A lot of the money that I have in those websites I earned through other websites. Like there's a few sites I go to and they pay me just to turn on videos and watch ads. There's others where I do surveys here and there, and I get paid for those. And the money I get paid for those, I'll move over to the exchanges, and then I'll trade that money. I mean, granted, it's going to be a little bit slower. If you could throw $1,000 in there, you can make a lot of money a lot faster. But you can make $30 turn into $200 within week, 2 weeks, even. You know, it's not that hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Shane updated our sheet, he said, "Real talk about trading and being careful. Always, always be careful. If you're not willing to lose that money up front, then there's no need for you to get into it and, just completely think you're going to be the richest guy in the next 2 weeks. And then boom, you're, zero or negative, whatever it might be over the next few weeks. So just keep an eye on it. Be safe whenever you are doing these trades. We recommend always, again, none of us are financial advisors. We are just sharing this information that we enjoy what we're doing. And we think what works for us. Like Shane said, there's not a particular thing that's a system that's golden for every person, just like your health, and mine particularly sucks right now, but your health is specific to you. Same thing when it comes to trading and doing cryptocurrency. There's nothing particular that's a system that will work, and never let anyone ever tell you that, because they're insane if they do. But for those of you that are watching live, don't forget you can always chat here on the side or that side, I forget, but either way, you can always find us. Did we get a Bitly link, Cory? I think you created a Bitly link for us.
Yeah, there's one for the it's bit.ly/cryptosis YouTube. That'll take you straight to our YouTube. I didn't make one for Facebook because that's easy enough to remember. It's facebook.com/cryptosisedu. There's a Discord link on the website. There's also a Discord link on the YouTube page. So if you want to get in and chat with us any time of the day, there's usually somebody on there that'll talk with you, unless it's like late at night, and then we're not going to talk to you, but somebody in there might talk to you. We got this one guy from across the pond. He might chat with you a little bit.
Yeah. Shane, any last words?
Yeah, actually, I have a few of them. I want to go ahead and leave you guys with something while I'm here. 1 second. Let me hide all my drawing tools. Let's cut everything off, or let's leave the EMAs on for a second. So whenever you're looking at crypto, obviously you have to understand the psychology of people and what's going on, like how people are thinking and how you can benefit from the way that people think. It's bad to say that you're going to benefit from other people thinking wrong, but at the same time, we're in here to make money. So if we look at Bitcoin on a monthly scale here, we see an exponential bump. Like, this is huge, guys. Like, this is huge. Without a solid correction like we're seeing now, This is really, really big time. So if you're getting nervous about crypto, maybe you should be trading it. Maybe you should spend a little more time learning what's going on and think about what you're going to do, what your plan is, what your goal is. You need to set a plan and have a plan in place. So if Bitcoin makes a fall like this, are you going to sell it? Are you going to hold out through it? Are you going to put it in altcoins? What are you going to do when something like this happens? Because this isn't going to be the first time this isn't the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last. But with this exponential run here, you can see back in this time frame here, we had this nice red candle to give us a correction. So if we go to the 1 day, obviously this changes significantly, but it's still exponential as you can see. Every time we've had a nice run, we've got a nice solid correction behind it every single time. So going ahead or jumping to the conclusion, this is a bubble and it's going to pop, slow down. So hold on, take your time and figure out what's going on. Do some research. Take your time looking over the interwebs. Look for articles and just see what's going on and use your best logic as to if it's true or not. There's a lot of people out there who have missed the boat on crypto, and they're happy with putting whatever lame article they can out there just so that it'll fall. And right now, if there is institutional money coming into the market, this will be a good time for it to happen, wouldn't it? So think about what you're doing, spend some time learning and setting up a plan and getting your plan in place and executing that plan every time. Be consistent over and over again. That way you don't get in a situation where you panic and sell and you lose a bunch of money and have to start over again. Same thing we're seeing with Bitconnect now. I had a plan in place. I'm holding through it, so we'll see what happens. If I lose that money, I was prepared to lose it. But don't go and risk more than you're willing to lose, because chances are you can lose it. So
absolutely.
Another thing is where Cory had the advantage on me was where he was into quite a few coins that were doing that weren't shit coins. When people keep talking about shit coins and coins that are just pointless, Doge is pointless, but it had a nice little spike, so everybody bought into it, right? Now Doge is falling a little bit, and everybody's panic selling. Everybody's scared because they're losing money right now. Well, I mean, if you were in Steam right now, you're probably doing pretty good, right, Cory?
Yeah, it's held pretty well. It did drop a little bit, but it's kind of back up to where it was.
Now,
not where it was, like it's not at peak or anything, but it still held pretty well through the crisis crash today.
Yeah, and if you're in Ethereum, if you can see the chart, you're doing pretty good. You're not that scared right now. So make sure you take time and look into these coins and understand what's going on. It behooves you to do just a little bit of research to understand what kind of coin you want to get into. Now, there are some coins that you can jump into in the beginning when they first come out and wait for that big initial run up and sell and make all kinds of profit, but that doesn't happen every time. That's not normal, typically. So if you can do the research, spend the time before you start dumping all your money into things like that. Now, another idea is this: we're not just in this space to make money. So when Cory talks about Steam it, we're also here to use these coins in a productive manner. If we're just here to make money, this system is gonna fail. The idea behind this is to use these apps and stuff that these coins are coming out with and progress, grow a community out of this, and grow a platform. Let's use the things that we're spending money on, or the things that we're trying to make money on, to continue growing. So don't just look at it from a profit standpoint. Use these apps or programs or whatever it is.
Absolutely. And I saw some new news coming up about Ethereum and the E20 blockchain. I forget, changed into the E233 or 223 or something blockchain. I may have to do a little bit more research. I just caught the tail end of that news today, so it's interesting to see how Ethereum might be changing in the future due to so many coins being on that E20 blockchain, I believe is what that is. I'm not 100% on that. I just know that there's something changing about it, so it'll be interesting to say the least. So all the links below in this video for everything that we've talked about, and if it's not there, I'll update it after the video. But we appreciate everyone hanging out with us this week. We're gonna cut the video a little short only because, number one, I'm sick and I just don't feel 100%. But any last words? Shane, I think did really great. Cory, any last words?
Get some steam. I don't know. I don't know if Dash is still down. I saw where Dash was like super low, so gotta get some Dash. I'm still heavy on Dash. I think that's going to be a great coin, even though it's not a great deal in my wallet. All my Genesis mining is pretty much going in Dash.
Shane, any last words?
Yeah, connect with us if you have questions. If you have concerns, talk to us. Let's talk it out. See if we can come up with something. We may have an article tucked away that we know about that we don't put out regularly because I don't think there are some times where I have to react. Like today with Bitconnect, I had to react. I couldn't spend all my time publishing articles because I had to cover me. But if you have questions and concerns, feel free to reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. And make sure you subscribe, stay tuned to us. We're going to try to keep this on a weekly basis. Unfortunately, due to my schedule on every Tuesday night, we're going to try to do this every Tuesday night and keep up with us that way just as well. If you have questions, comments, concerns, stay with us in the live chat. If not, send us a message. Jump on the Discord channel with us. We'll be more than glad to talk to you there. Like Cory said earlier, we've got plenty of people there to talk with you, and we can answer all sorts of questions that you may have. Other than that, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you again. Cory's giving us the big thumbs up. You guys have a great one.
Like us on Facebook. We need more likes.
Yes, Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have I keep forgetting about it because it's new, but we do have a Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page there, Cryptosis EDU. Is that correct, Cory?
That's right.
All right, go.
Educational. That's what we do. We educate.
All right, we'll see everybody next week. Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
Later, guys.